Good morning. Yes, got it, meatball. It's Saturday, man. Guys, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? How the hell are you? Happy Memorial Day weekend to all of you. Is it Memorial Day? Yeah, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Java is flowing into the system today, man. I'm just getting crazy, man. So let's rock and roll. I got some stories for you. But I'm going to read you some really powerful words. And the pathway to get there. What's with the eyes, Jer? And the pathway to get there. Because if you can do this, if you can really immerse yourself in this, I mean, it's gonna happen in your life. So I'm gonna get right to it. I'm gonna read to it. I have to get to work and I'm full of snot. So to hell with this stuff, man. So here we go. Fall in love. Fall in love with taking care of yourself. Fall in love with the path of deep healing. Fall in love with becoming the best version of yourself. But with patience, with compassion, with respect to your own journey. I did some analytics on America's Mentor because I'm in professional mode now and I get to see who's watching. I get to see it. Don't tell anybody. But the majority of us are, the majority of the people with America's Mentor who follow me, thank you very much for the follows, are in the 40s up. Basically the upper echelon of age. Been there, done that, had it, got hurt, been hurt, got screwed, the whole 9 yards, man. But this is great because this is when it started to take hold of me. Back in the early 40s, after the old demise, I had to get confined to a cubicle to figure out who Jerry was. And it was a great time to figure out things. But before that, coincidentally, it's Saturday. And for us up there in the upper echelon of age, you guys remember the Saturday morning cartoons, man? Yeah, the Saturday morning cartoons. You literally would grab a bowl, a box of cereal, and a half-gallon of milk, man. You sit in front of the TV for like 3 hours. And that's what we did back then. And they had some amazing, they were giving us messages on how to succeed in life. We just didn't pay attention because we were so worried about all these, basically they were teaching us imagination. And they were edifying us on how to use it. We just didn't realize how to use it. We were just too busy shoveling cereal and shit down our throat and all this stuff and not realize we're just getting into the moment. But it was a great time. And I didn't realize that till later on in life. And if you guys recall, a lot of the cartoons out there, they had treasure maps. Yeah, remember that? There were all these little pictures, and I actually drew one, man. It's picture day here on America's Mentor. Yeah, you had these little treasure maps, man, and it was great because it made you think. You know, how do I get to the gold? How do I get to the riches in life? And it's great because the minute you got involved in it, you started creating a pathway in your mind, and this is how the mind works. It's absolutely amazing. But think about this picture. I mean, I think it actually did pretty good. But in that picture, you got a starting point with that little X to the gold, man. This is how life is. This is your starting point now. This is you as a person right now. And in that way, you got to go through all these little bumps and ups and downs in life to finally get to that thing I kind of drew there. It's called a treasure chest. But I tried. But that's basically life. The point of all this, as I'm starting to extemporize here and really get to the bottom and the meat of this program today, is how do you get that straight line from here to the treasure of your life? And a lot of that, get out of here, go away. And a lot of that has to do, all of it has to do with our thinking. But Jer, how do you fall in love with taking care of yourself? How do you fall in love with the path of deep healing? And I was introduced to this a good 2 decades ago. Never understood it. I like the words, though. It's kind of esoteric in nature. And I used to speak it all the time. I didn't really know what it meant until I was confined to that 12 by 12 cubicle for a decade and realized it's called paradigm. Paradigm. Think about this, guys. It's called paradigm because it is patterns. That pattern on that map I just threw back there, man, it had a certain way, ups and downs in life. That's basically our life. How do you get that straight line up to the treasure chest? You change your pattern of thought. And it's called a paradigm shift. Paradigm is the noun. Paradigm shift is the noun as well. It's a fundamental change approaching assumptions. How do you fall in love with taking care of yourself? You get a perspective of yourself. You assume a better position of yourself. How do you fall in love with becoming the best version of yourself? To get to that treasure chest of peace of mind and abundance in life, you got to assume and that you are the person you've always wanted to be. And I learned that from Neville Goddard, and the power he actually created. He coined the phrase, the law of assumption. I'll get into the meaning of that. But this is what you have to think about for yourself. I mean, you can take the pathway like I had on that fictitious map of going ins and outs, ups and downs. You're going to have good days, or you can do that straight line if you change your paradigm thought about yourself. And you have a better respect and understanding about who you are as a person. Not necessarily as your goals or what you want to attain, the things in life. It all has to start with your assumption, your perception of yourself. You have to fall in love with yourself to bring love to yourself. You have to fall in love with success to bring success to you, because what happens when you fall in love with something? A person, per se. What do? You go all out for that person, and you do everything because you want to do it. That's the point. That's the point of changing your thought patterns with the paradigm shift in life. When you have that paradigm shift of thought, all you're doing is putting all your emphasis not on you, but you as a whole, and submitting that to the universe every single day. And you're sending out the most amazing thoughts about yourself, your perception, and your assumption of life that you live in every single day. The only thing you can attract from that to you is exactly what you think about every day. And you won't have those paths, which is what we're doing right now with the majority of us in life. You take those Saturday cartoons and you live in them verbatim. That they were teaching us how imagination is everything. They weren't telling us, but they were showing us in pictures. That's how we think. We think in pictures. That's why you look in the mirror every day. You see a picture of yourself. What do you think of yourself? How do you think of yourself? Where do you think you want to go with yourself? These are the questions you got to ask yourself if you want to create that paradigm shift in life. And if you can assume this amazing feeling about yourself that you've always wanted to have, be and do, better health, wealth, success as a person, as a whole, as an attraction magnet force, you have to assume that feeling every single day. You have to understand how powerful you really are. And Neville coined the phrase. I love it. I absolutely love this. He called it the law of assumption. By expecting good in all you do, create the good in all you do. It's guaranteed. We already assumed, and I did for decades before losing everything. I had to gain everything in thought. When you realize how powerful thought is, it's such an easy topic to think of. But the problem is we're just thinking in the wrong way. We're thinking in the wrong thought patterns. If you always think about sickness, all you can bring is more sickness. It's your pattern of thought. The body reacts to the pattern of thought. It creates feelings from that. That's the whole point about all this. It all starts with you, the source, the big ass X on that map that I showed you guys. And the lines are the destination. You're falling in love with the journey as you're moving right along. But how do you get straight up there? You change your paradigm thought. You immerse yourself in yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Just like you fell in love with the significant other or others out there, and you gave them all of you. When you start doing that to yourself, guys, life is going to wake up and it's going to give you everything you've always wanted. But you got to change. You got to rebuild the engine. You got to recondition what you've been conditioned to believe in. And by changing the paradigm thoughts that you carry every single day about yourself, it doesn't matter what the world thinks. Who gives a shit about them? It's about how you think of yourself, because that's your attraction force. That's where it all starts. That's where you bring everything to you and take away everything from you in life. And I'll read this and I'll let you go because I have to get to work, man. And I want you guys to really get a visualization of that map. And it's really accurate because it goes up and it goes down, it goes sideways. That's basically how our thinking is. Some days good, some days bad, some days okay, some days you shoot right up and you're right up there in where you want to be in life. When you change your paradigm and you immerse yourself with loving yourself, respecting yourself, believing in yourself, all you can attract is a straight line to wherever you want to go, because you start attaching a goal to that. You start attaching all these things that you've always wanted to have, be, and do in life. And it's amazing because Neville mentioned this, if you will. Now I'm reading his his notes verbatim here. If you will, assume your desire and live there as thought, as if it were true. No power on earth can stop it to becoming. No power on earth can stop it from becoming. This is the power of mind. And the guys now that watch America's Mentor, we're all in the years, and we've been there, we've done that. If you're sick and tired of been there and done that, you change your paradigm thinking. You have a paradigm shift, the epiphany. It's sad because a lot of us, and I see this all the time on Facebook and with my friends, their epiphany comes when they're sick, when they realize, wow, what did I do to myself? And then the guilt starts going in. No, I'm talking about anything. I'm not just talking about sickness, anything in life. The guilt starts coming in and all these resentments and regrets, and you literally magnetize the problem even more because you become even more harder on yourself. The point of this is fall in love with taking care of yourself, because from that source, from that you are, you can only attract who you are. And when you start pushing that,
you've got mail
every single day, and you start moving forth every single day with what you want to do, guys, life is out of bounds. It can only create what you give it. Life doesn't throw random shit at us. It doesn't. It's what we're sending out that it's connecting to with the law of attraction that is giving back to us what we send out.
You've got mail.
So guys, enjoy your Saturday. I'm getting messages. Sorry about that. I'm getting messages with America's Mentor _radio at America's Mentor. That's actually on Instagram. At America's Mentor on Twitter. At America's Mentor on YouTube. Guys, thanks for the Jackson views. I'm going to down some more coffee and talk a lot faster. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Saturday, guys. Remember, fall in love with taking care of yourself. Fall in love with the path of deep healing. Fall in love with becoming the best version of yourself, but with patience. That's the journey on the map. But with patience, compassion, and respect to your own.
You've got mail.
Guys, remember, for yourself, believe in yourself. Disregard the messages. I know, I hear you. I'm going to come, man. But listen, guys, enjoy your Saturday, guys. Have an awesome weekend. I'll talk to you guys soon.